You don't need motivation. You need strategy. Ever sat there knowing you had to study but just couldn't start? It's not laziness. It's your brain tricking you into doing nothing. But what if you could flip the script? What if there was a way to hack your brain and start any boring study task in seconds? Today, I'll show you 4 science-backed tactics to beat procrastination and study faster even when you really don't feel like it. Reno, hold a 5-second rule. Before your brain has a chance to come up with an excuse or get stuck in procrastination mode, you have to act fast. The trick is simple but powerful. Count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move. Don't give your mind time to argue or doubt. This could mean standing up from your chair, opening your textbook, or simply writing the title of your study notes. That small physical action, just getting started, acts like a jolt to your system, breaking the cycle of hesitation and mental resistance. Think of it like pushing a heavy object. At first, it doesn't move, but once you get it going, it becomes easier to keep it moving. This initial movement is called inertia, and the 5 step 5-second rule is your way of creating that instant momentum. By forcing yourself to act before your brain can come up with reasons to avoid the task, you trick your mind into cooperation. Suddenly, the boring or difficult study session feels less intimidating because you're already in motion. This simple countdown acts like a psychological hack that rewires your brain to stop overthinking and start turning procrastination into productivity almost automatically. Seguindo micro commitment trick, don't overwhelm yourself by thinking you have to study for 3 hours straight. That's a fast track to burnout and procrastination. Instead, start small, really small. Commit to just 5 minutes. Tell your brain, I'm just going to glance over this for a few minutes. That tiny promise lowers the mental barrier. Suddenly, the task feels manageable, almost effortless. It's like telling yourself you're just dipping your toes into the water, not diving in head first. Once you begin, something amazing happens. Momentum kicks in. Those initial 5 minutes act like bait that lures your focus deeper. Before you know it, those 5 minutes stretch into 15, 30, or even a full study session without the usual resistance. This micro commitment works because it tricks your brain into action without triggering overwhelm or fear. Instead of facing a huge mountain, you're just taking one tiny step, and those small steps quickly build into a steady, unstoppable flow. Think of it like unlocking the door instead of trying to break it down. That tiny key or 5-minute commitment is all you need to open the way to hours of productive study. Phase environment trigger. Your surroundings have a huge impact on how your brain behaves. Think of your environment as a silent programmer that sends signals to your mind about what you are supposed to do. If you are trying to study on the same couch where you binge watch Netflix or scroll endlessly on your phone, your brain gets confused. It associates that space with relaxation, distraction, and downtime, not with focus and productivity. To hack this, you need to create a dedicated study zone, a specific spot that your brain can learn to link with concentration and work. It doesn't have to be fancy or perfect. It could be as simple as a particular corner of your room, a certain chair, or even a desk in the library. The key is consistency. Every time you sit in that spot, your brain gets the signal. It's time to focus. Over time, this conditioning makes it easier to slip into study mode without fighting your own distractions. Your environment becomes a trigger, like a green light that tells your brain, let's get productive now. This way, you are not just relying on willpower, you are using your space as an ally in your study routine. So step 1, pick your spot. Step 2, keep it clear of distractions. Step 3, make it yours with study essentials, good lighting, notebooks, pens, maybe a plant for some calm energy. This small change can transform how your brain responds when it's time to get things done. 4, dopamine priming. Before you even open your books, set a reward for yourself, something small but meaningful. For example, tell yourself, after 30 minutes of deep focus, I'll watch 1 episode of my favorite show. Or once I finish this chapter, I'll treat myself to a snack. This simple act primes your brain's dopamine system, which is the chemical behind motivation and pleasure. Why does this work? Dopamine isn't just released when you get a reward, it also spikes in anticipation of one. By setting up a reward before you start studying, you're basically tricking your brain into thinking, hey, good things are coming if I do this now. This makes the prospect of studying less like a chore and more like a gateway to something enjoyable. This method beats relying on caffeine or trying to push through with sheer willpower because it taps directly into your brain as natural motivation pathways. Instead of forcing yourself to study, you're creating a positive feedback loop where effort leads to pleasure, which makes it easier to start and sustain focus. Try it out. Pick a reward that genuinely excites you. Keep it realistic and stick to the promise. Over time, your brain will start linking study sessions with that dopamine hit, making procrastination less tempting and productivity more automatic. Your brain isn't your enemy, it just wants comfort. But with these tactics, you take control and make studying easier, faster, and smarter. If this video helped you, subscribe now and send it to that friend who always says, "I'll start studying tomorrow." More mind hacks are coming your way.